Year 11, so we're continuing with our work on paper 2 question 3 today. So just some quick questions to start the lesson off. So how many marks are available for paper 2 question 3? What skills will it ask you to use? And what was the text last lesson about? Okay then, so just as a reminder, this is the question that we were having a look at last lesson. So you need to refer only to source A, lines 3 to 9. How does the writer use language to show the behaviour of the puppies? Okay, and then I picked out the part of the text that you need to have a look at, and then last lesson you were picking out some examples for yourself. So I'm just going to read it through for you, just to remind you. So the rural scene is like something out of a painting, but suddenly erupts into chaos. Around the corner of a barn appear 16 frisky Dalmatian puppies, tumbling and scampering in every direction as they are pursued by their owner, 21-year-old Becky Elvins. As quickly as she can scoop them up and place them in their large wicker basket, they spill out again, darting between her legs, nipping at her Wellingtons and endlessly disappearing and reappearing in a polka dot whirl. I feel exhausted just watching this bedtime bedlam, which has been a part of Becky's routine for the past 7 months. From our last lesson together, you should have a table like this one on my slide. However, yours should have 3 examples instead of just 1. If you are doing the lessons properly, obviously all of these tasks should be really easy because they should already be done. If you've not already done it, then you'll need to do it before you can move on to the next part of the task. Okay, so obviously last lesson we had a look at the table like this. So I asked you to pick out some examples, so you've got your quotations. We had to think about which language feature was present in those quotations, and then we also thought about the effect. So what was that telling us about the puppies? Okay, and that is essentially going to feed into our peak that is going to respond to this question. So if you move on to the next slide with me, I have written a model paragraph for you. Okay, remember that the question is always a springboard for your answer, so we're just going to flip it for it to become the statement. So the writer uses adjectives to describe the puppy's behaviour. An example of this could be appear 16 frisky Dalmatian puppies. The adjective frisky means to be playful and energetic. This makes me think that the puppies are full of youth and life. The writer describes the puppies in this way to show that it can be hard work looking after 16 puppies, as there are such a lot of them and they are so full of energy. However, he also uses the word appear, which makes me think they all came bounding around the corner to greet the reporter, again suggesting that they are very friendly but can be a handful. So I've answered the question, it's asked me to think about the puppy's behaviour, that's what I've done. This keyword analysis here is going to get me some extra marks because I've thought about it in more depth. But this is all of the information that I've already looked at, so from my group. So I've already thought about what language feature's been used, I've already picked my example out, and I've already done the hard work for this section. So the keyword is the only bit really that I've had to think about a little bit more for the answer. So you should quite easily this lesson be able to produce a full and complete response to this question. So what I'd like you to do this lesson is have a go at answering the question for me, okay? Technically, if you did the work last lesson, this shouldn't be too difficult as we've just discussed. So the question says you need to refer to source A, lines 3 to 9 only. How does the writer use language to show the behaviour of the puppies, and it's worth 12 marks. So for you to be able to achieve a level 3, I'd expect 2 peak paragraphs. And for you to be able to achieve a level 4, I'd be expecting 3 peak paragraphs. There's some sentence starters here to help you out with each of the sections. Remembering we're looking for a P, E, E, K, okay? And I'm looking for 3 of those, all right? And again, if you did the work yesterday, naming the language feature should be super easy, but there's some examples here just in case you haven't been able to do that. So once you've finished your answers, I'd like them sending in to me, please, so I can mark them properly. If you're somebody who's not sent anything in to me yet, make sure you are sending something in to me. Obviously, centre assessed grades means that I need to have a full picture as to how you're doing, and I can't do that if you know I haven't got any information on what you've done for the last 6 months of school. So make sure you're sending work in to me. If you've got any problems, just let me know and I can help you out by email. There's also a show my homework quiz, so make sure you do that at the end as well.